right, we are here at our first campus today. It is around 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm about to see a sibling set of 4 students today. So let's go. You will sometimes have the most random spaces to work at when you are jumping into campuses and meeting with students. I meet with my students about, I'd say maybe 6 to 10 sessions, and then we go from there. We either refer out for more services, or I will continue to have them on my caseload if I have the space and capacity to do so. I am going to show you the activity that we did today, which is a great activity for assessing feelings, starting conversations about feelings. So this is another activity that can take 30 minutes to 45 minutes, depending on how much you have to process and break down feelings and introduce different feeling words. Pastels are one of my favorite ways to bring this activity to life. But I also bring markers and color pencils, kind of up to the student's choice. I forgot pens, but you would also like a pen or a marker to write with. But basically the students will choose from the feelings board what they want to list down. They choose 6 different feelings. Luckily I had some dry erase markers. We start by labeling a bunch of different types of feelings, especially for the younger grades. They have some trouble coming up with feeling words. And as they are listing out the feelings, they're coloring in the corresponding color that would match with that feeling. One that I start with as an example is anger, of course, because when we think of anger, we think of the color red. And then we start mapping out where we feel those feelings and how much of that feeling we feel within our heart at this time. I am off to my next session. So you'll drive with me over to my next session. I think it's like literally maybe less than 5 minutes away from this campus. The district is fairly small, which makes traveling and doing sessions really easy. This next session is probably my 5th session with this student. So I'll have about 2 to 3 more sessions with him. I will start the countdown to termination, which is a huge kind of scary word for the fact that we will be ending our sessions very soon. And for students, depending on the age, but mainly around 3 sessions left is when I start counting down and just letting them know that we have 3 more times to meet, 2 more times to meet. This is our last time to meet. Honestly, I think it's harder for me than for my students whenever I'm terminating. It is a hard thing for me to get used to. I don't attach too much while I'm in sessions, but definitely detaching all the way is something that's difficult for me. So I'm going to start that conversation with him. He's very, very young. We are working a lot on anger management and decision-making skills. He is in kindergarten, so these conversations don't look like conversations. Oftentimes they look like play. So I'm going to head over to that campus right now. Down this street. I just took a few blocks down. I love driving around the neighborhoods because I'm able to see the different resources that are available. This is a early childhood education center and mental health center coming up right here. This is a district facility where they assist parents with learning English as a second language. And then here I'm at the campus. Pull up in here. Really nice to find a parking up front. Awesome. Sanitize. Alright, and mask up. I think paper masks, disposable masks are the way to go. Found a lot of nice ones. I ordered some on Amazon, like Christmassy ones, so hopefully those fit and come in soon. As we get on with the rest of this month and I share more vlogs, you get to see them. I tell you, I'm wearing sandals in December. Favorite offices to visit. Has so many great toys that she's collected, games, Play-Doh. This really cool, I'm forgetting the name of it right now, but this is a great tool to help students learn how to breathe. Inhaling, exhaling, and even holding before we take another deep breath. So these are really cool. And I like this little setup, just a really cool little bookshelf. Feeling words right here, which is really great for students, as I was talking about building their feeling words. It's really important for them to label as many feelings as possible, so when they're communicating with others, they don't just say they're mad all the time. They can use other words like hungry, right, or grumpy. And then I really love her calm down corner over here. And cute little fluffies. Every good social worker does have a good collection of donated items, books, shoes, clothes. I love this idea of having all these ways to say goodbye as you exit. Super cute, especially for elementary. I just like to give you a little general idea of the different spaces and how different social workers set up their office spaces. I love this one. And now we're on our way for some Zoom trainings. So I'm headed out. Sorry, I'm weird this way. All right, guys, I need to freshen up, and I'm also going to show you a little nifty tip slash trick that I have done this year, especially since I have a few more sessions that I am doing. What I've been using is voice memos on my phone. It's an app that comes preloaded, probably on all phones, but I know for sure iPhone has it. So this is my work phone, and I will just record, like memo record what happened in my session, because obviously I'm not going to have time and space sometimes to document right then and there. Even though I have a laptop, I have a work assigned iPad, a work assigned phone, it's still hard to get to documentation. One of the biggest questions I get is, how do you manage it? How do you do it all? It's little tricks like this, like voice memo. Session 4, Wednesday, December 1st, 11:30 a.m. Picked up student from classroom. Teacher stated that student was eager to have counseling session. Student walked to the counseling session and was very engaged in discussing feelings, particularly anger and biting behavior. Discussed appropriate responses to being bit or being hurt by other individuals in the home or outside of the home. Students showed empathy and understanding throughout the session, returned to class in a happy mood. And that's it. So this is a great way for me to just remember a little bit about what happened in session. So when I get back to my office, I will go ahead and type that up, or I can even do it on Friday. I'm gonna freshen up a little bit before I head back into the office, and I packed my lunch, so my lunch is over there. Fit Me powder is like life right now. Update about that session that I didn't put in the voice note, but these things just stick with you, is kindergarten hugs are the best, guys. As I was dropping them off at class, because I do call for them and then I drop each student back off at class before they head back, just to make sure they're okay. He snuck in a little hug right at the end, just like, ah! Kindergarten hugs are just the best.
We asked him to come in and kind of talk to everyone about those logins. So we'll go ahead and start there, because then anyone who wants to log in and follow along will be able to do that.
All right, thank you. Okay, it's all yours.
All right, Brendan, you want to talk a little bit about logins for Harlandale?
Definitely, yeah. So what I'm going to
So I'll kind of show you both of those, but that is intended for students that are in pre-K up to 2nd grade, and it can definitely be set up for you guys if that's something that you're interested in. It kind of simplifies that process for those students.
I am running an Instagram poll just asking you what part of my day you want to see vlogged. Plan on putting a lot more vlogs on here at Social Work Scrapbook, because that's really what I feel I would want to see. And if there's other video requests that you have, please drop them in the comments below. This is all stuff that I do on my spare time, so I am sorry there has not been a video up in quite some time. I see so many more YouTube channels for social workers or social work students, and I love them all. It is so cool to see that, because when I started back in, gosh, I think it was 4 years ago now, there was like nothing. There was probably, I think, one channel and a few videos, but they were all so negative about social work. And I love social work, guys. This is my 12th year as a social worker. I can't think of anything else that I'd rather do. This is my desk setup. Yes, I am home already. My desk is actually in my closet, and I plan on making this look a lot nicer. But I'm waiting on a link right now because I'm going to jump on Zoom and talk branding and marketing for social workers with one of my former career advisor, I would say, at the University of Texas at Austin. She has a wealth of knowledge and information, so I'm excited to kind of talk to her a little bit more about branding Social Work Scrapbook a little bit more. You may see me sponsoring a few more videos. We're also going to do an interview all about school social work, so I'm excited to talk about school social work. Y'all know I can talk about that forever and ever on end. So I'm waiting on the link right now. I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. All of this business side is very new to me, so as I learn, I will definitely share as I go along, because as we were talking earlier, there are so many new YouTubers and Instagrammers, basically social work influencers like me out there. I don't know if you're monetized, but I know that we do need to start banding together. So yeah, I guess I hinted a little bit to some collaborations that are going to be coming around the corner here on my social work YouTube space. If you are looking into social work and possibly wanting to go back and get a degree in social work or not sure where to start, I am going to have some resources coming at you here that are going to sponsor some videos soon. So I can't wait to share those resources, because I know that the more resources, the better, especially when you are trying to decide what field to go into, what degree to get. There's my degree hanging right behind me as I'm talking. If you're just wondering and you're new here, I have my bachelor's in psychology and my master's in social work. So no, I always get the question, do you need a bachelor's in social work to become a social worker? Not necessarily, because my bachelor's is in psychology. And that bachelor's is hanging in my mom's house. That actually has my maiden name on it. And that was something I promised my parents as a first-gen student, that I would give her that degree and she gets to hang it up in my family home. And that's where I grew up and I was raised. So that's over there. And I have my master's here with my married name. If you made it to the end of this video, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe if you haven't already, because there are going to be so many more vlogs coming at you, especially in this month of December. Until then, I am wishing you social work success. Bye guys.